Alright, so hello everyone and welcome back to the third episode of the United States campaign for the Total Fall of the Samurai Mod 4, Shogun 2 Total War Fall of the Samurai, obviously. The last episode we made a pretty decent stronghold out of this little area that was previously occupied by various clans, which we made short work of, but we are still at war with the Sasayama. I've let a few turns pass just to get some diplomacy done and just to see what's generally around us, but other than that I haven't really done anything. You can see that the Tatsuno are preparing an invasion, and the Tatsuno, they are indeed at war with these guys, with the Sasayama, but we will completely deny them the opportunity to strike by striking first, and I think we will actually just continue the siege. I will quick save and continue the siege. I could try for an auto-resolve, but that's not going to work out, as we could have noticed from previous attempts at doing such a thing. Can we actually get these guys in there? Probably not, So I'm going to have to recruit, let's restart recruiting some actually, let's try with the volunteers also, and let's exempt them from taxes, because we are such nice people. It's actually kind of interesting that these guys would attack the Sasayama. I thought that they were allies, or at least they appeared to be allies previously. So what we might want to do is actually to attack the Totori, because they are tremendously weak at this period. They do have allies here and somewhere around here, I do believe. But I'm sure that we will be able to just completely annihilate them with the forces we are building up. I'm also considering an attack on the Fukui, which are also very, very weak. But we also want to expand to the Midlands, and this will be mainly done by attacking the Tatsuno when the opportunity shows itself. So I think with this army, because we don't take winter attrition in this game, or in this mod rather, I'm not entirely sure how the math works out. Because we don't take winter attrition, I think just standing here will be completely fine. And also because those guys will be just happy enough, who might want to have an army standing behind him just to help out with the ordeal. How does the balance bar behave now? Still the same, so let's just continue the siege and end the turn, and let's see how the AI will react. But I'm really considering taking the forces from Tamba Town just down south and completely annihilating our enemies, or potential enemies, the previous allies of our current enemies, which might be our future enemies, but we are not certain yet. We can see that the French and the British are having a lot of naval battles around, which is understandable, obviously. And they just got destroyed by some clan army, which is mighty unfortunate for the Royal Navy. You can see that okay, so they decided to stand right next to us, which means that we probably could just auto-resolve that battle and win it. We'll have to see if the enemy decides to sally out or not, and they decided not to. Our agent has been detected. Let's see how far their empire stretches. Okay, so that's still them, and no, that's someone else already, and that's someone else. So probably just these two provinces. Let's see, they are the Tatsuno. They have 3 provinces. So that could be interesting. What about these guys? It's someone else also. So maybe, okay, so these 3 provinces are theirs. So maybe if we actually just strike south and just dominate the central area of the main Japanese island, that would actually be quite beneficial. So if we decide to go on the attack, are we supported? Yes, we are. So I'll just quick save, and I'll do an auto-resolve to see how much we lost. We lost almost nothing. That was mighty glorious, and we will of course peacefully occupy it. The Tatsuno actually lost quite a lot of troops, but they didn't gain anything out of it, which is absolutely amazing. I love how that works out. You know, they decided to be there. I didn't force them. Movement range, income from looting, analyze all fleets. I'm not. I guess logistics will be okay. And yeah, let's also go defense. That's going to be pretty good. And this guy can now. Yeah, let's return him back to Tamba Town. And let's stop this exemption from taxes, because that's just nonsense, of course. And yeah, so we might be looking at attacking the Tatsuno very shortly. Voice crack. And yeah, so how happy are these guys? +2, that's not a lot. Probably due to our nation destroyed SSAM, of course, province captured. Probably due to our rapid modernization. A lot of nations have been destroyed, which is very good. Nation encountered the Nabeshima, which are these guys? Where are the Nabeshima? I'm not entirely sure. Let's check diplomacy. The Nabeshima. How the hell did we encounter them? Probably some sort of trade route. Okay, so this army right here is almost fully mobilized, fully operational battleship. We could take a quick jab at the Fukui guys and just eliminate them. How strong are they? I think they were very weak. Actually moderate. That's good. They're very friendly to us. We might actually not want to eliminate them. And these Ditsu. So these are the pink guys. How are the pink guys going? Ditsu. They are moderate. They're almost the same strength as we are, in fact. Might not want to just deal with them yet. Might want to power up a bit first. Let's upgrade all of these things up, of course, because we do want to have that minus to modernization. We're not going to do that because we do want quite a good army. Recruit unit. These guys are actually really upgraded, but we can't actually. What if I do that? Yeah, I can't upgrade any of them because this thing is still damaged, which is a very big shame indeed. Actually, maybe we should, instead of the Tamba city itself, upgrade the Tamba Town. Tamba Town, love that name. And work on some cannons, maybe. Maybe actually some cavalry would be good. Because don't have enough of it. Definitely don't have enough of it. But let's instead work on the artillery, because and some textiles. Because the last artillery upgrade is actually quite a doozy. We really would want to work towards that. So let's do that. Let's get some. Actually, let's use Tajima Town. It's working on its stuff, but let's use Tajima itself to build some. I guess one volunteer unit, maybe. No. Okay, these guys are supposedly better, so let's just get some recruits. And maybe we should start thinking about actually sending all these guys towards this front for a very swift attack. But I think that these two armies will suffice for now. I'm also, you know, I do have a standing force here. They want to stop. So it's 300. Will we need it? Well, we do have some militia here, which are currently not being used well. Actually, do have some regular military forces, so we might start bringing them down actually, instead of using the better forces. But I'm really worried about this flank. Let's look at these are the two actually. So the pink guys. Yeah, that could be an issue. Hopefully they will continue to attack eastwards, and we'll continue to attack westwards, and maybe at some point we'll just engage in deadly combat. But until then, don't see any real benefit to it. These guys +1, +1. So let's just head this one unit down there. This one unit can join up with those guys eventually to meet up in Tamba Town. Okay, so let's pass the turn. Should be getting out of winter quite soon-ish, so our movement range will be better. Really hoping to actually meet with the British. Hopefully they don't start some sort of silly war with us, because that would be mighty unfortunate for them. The French I'm not too concerned about, though I think that that massive blue blob over there is the French Empire, so, or the French colony, the French holding, whatever you want to call it. So maybe we stay away from them for now, and then maybe later on we will actually just completely annihilate them. But, you know, we never know. You never know how things work out in life, so, oh, the Tatsuno actually pulling back, that's great. Actually hoping for kind of a big land battle again, because we haven't had that in 3 minutes, and that's not good for Americans to not be at war. Mounting unrest. Yes, I know, this place is just a giant mess, as always. So the Tajima city itself, pretty good public order. Start bringing the troops down here. Yes, indeed. Oh, actually we have too many. Ah, that's a good problem to have in this game. So let's do it something like this, and then the main army. Let's take a look at Muratsu. The one problem with what's this called? Shogun 2 is that you can't really see these borderlines too well. In the previous games, they were like clearly distinguished by colors on the ground and stuff. Here it's just it's very thin. I'm not entirely sure where my province starts and theirs ends, so it's yeah, it's not the best. But we'll have to work with the systems that we have right now. So we'll take our forces home, and yep, they're very happy. Of course, our military presence is always welcomed with these people. So how good is their army? It's not terrible. It's pretty decent. Actually have some Tekidanto infantry. They have 3 generals as always. Azure Dragon infantry, not Azure. That'd be quite a weird clan, Azure. Okay, so let's not do that. I wonder about this. No, Jesus. Okay, that was a big mistake. That was quite a mistake. Oh god. Okay, whatever. Seems like we have a lot of money now, so we can do a bunch of stuff. I misclicked. Wanted to collect diplomacy instead collect end turn. Doesn't matter, we'll be getting out of winter at least. That's something, right? So, whoa, the Black Clan in the north has really, or in the east, the Far East has really expanded. Okay, this turn that we just skipped over is going to cost us quite a bit, so we have to make up for it with double the effort of conquest. So in this next turn I'm immediately declaring war on the clan that I've been just talking about, and I'm immediately going to capture that northern province of theirs. And I'm going to have to start developing quite a lot of infantry. Our assassin agent detected. Okay, so can we reach the city now? Not yet. Jeez, that's a big problem. Okay, with this army we can. So let's do it. Declare war. They do have quite a lot of allies, and they will be joined by those allies, but it doesn't matter. We will defeat them. Just not yet. So which we are at war with these guys and these guys. The Takatsuki. Where exactly? Okay, so we met the French now. That's brilliant. Oh, we actually have met the British. Unfriendly. Wow. Why would you be unfriendly? Territorial expansion. Dishonoring treaties. Well, that's brilliant. You have 11 provinces now. That's good. So we are at war with these guys. They have 3 provinces. That's okay. And these guys. So, sort of 3 provinces each. Could we make actually peace with them? Just like right off the bat. Request unacceptable. Well, that's a shame. We'll see about that when we destroy you. The Tatsuno, that's our main target. And then these guys, the Okayama. They seem like they are weak. Unacceptable again. Okay, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, we'll make it work. These guys are peaceful, however, so that's completely fine. It's completely fine. How much? -6. Okay, I can work with that. I can work with that just fine. Bam. Okay, good. So that was a folly. However, sharpshooters. Let's get some of those, because that's going to be brilliant. Let's get some volunteers. Let's get some volunteers and recruits. Let's just make a giant military expansion right now, because that's exactly what we need. We do have the money after all, because of that last turn. And that's going to be okay. So, probably gonna use half of this army and just something like this. Instead of these guys, let's use these guys and just head out towards town. Still a decent force. Of course, we're recruiting all the time, so it should be completely fine, I think. Still have 24,000. We should do something with it. Let's get some. Let's make this a city. This should get. Let's get the officers training camp thing. Let's get the circularist, whatever that is. Samurai dojo. Not quite. Don't need that. -2 to modernization. I don't think so. How do I destroy this? I can't. Jeez. Can I not? Is there like a button to burn this down? That would be amazing. I guess there isn't. Maybe. I mean, can I... Okay, I can dismantle it. What does it do? It does do recruiting capacity, which is okay. Maybe I'll keep it just for the time being. Obama, what do you have for me? Repression, yeah, pro-USA. Silk's better. This is something we want. How's our faction development? 4 turns until we get a pretty decent buff. Okay, any possible... Nope. Okay. So this army here is also going to head down this way. Just peace with those guys, peace with those guys. Okay, so head down that way. They don't seem to mind not being... Okay, so let's also recruit a militia in there, just in case. And let's also send down this smaller army. We should completely annihilate the opposing force, which is going to be okay. This army is battered a bit. It's received some casualties, but the opposing force isn't very big right here. Could we possibly... No, let's see where their main force has been heading. Okay, so they're all the way down here, so I don't think they'll be able to engage in this battle right away. So with this army we'll take out this city and possibly this little force. But this army will hold will be holding this road and engage the main enemy army, who's also taken quite a bit of losses, so it should be fairly balanced, I think. Okay, so let's end turn now, which has been done properly and not in a very silly way by skipping a turn. Jesus, that was a folly. Yeah, so let's see how the world reacts to our massive expansion of stuff, let's say. The one thing that's really bothersome about playing as these Western forces... Okay, so the French like us. Let's accept the offer. The one thing that's kind of bothersome is that you start in a very small area with a lot of small territories around you. See, for example, the provinces up north, where more or less France is, they have a lot more size to deal with. While we in central Japan, sort of, have a lot of provinces around us, but they're very small. So you're sort of dealing with a lot of clans that are potentially dangerous to you at the beginning. So you have to really, really force your way and elbow your way around. Trade agreement broken. Mounting unrest. Okay, spring. What does that do? Happiness. Nice. So, where's the unrest? Wait, mounting unrest. Tango. No unrest to be seen here, Governor. No unrest to be seen here. Okay, so we can also pull out these troops here. Start sending them again to Tamba Town. Also, the forces in Tamba Town could be used for something. How are these guys? There we go. There we go. So, this army here, bam, slam. Just gonna auto-resolve this. Immediately conquered. Peacefully occupy. Empire. Our continued support for the Empire of Japan pleases the court. You may now appoint a general to the office of Comptroller? Comptroller. Okay, so we are supposedly an empire of sorts. I don't know. Your domain has come too far to challenge as its allegiance now. Okay, so we can't convert to the thing, which is okay, I suppose. But where do we appoint that governor guy? I don't know. I haven't done this yet. Tango. Okay. Do you have a lot of income? Might try lowering those taxes. There we go. So, this army here actually might want to start moving. No. It's going to be fine. This army, we could quickly take out these guys. It's definitely a possibility. Their main army is... where exactly? I have no idea. Maybe somewhere around here? Maybe going for Tamba. Oh, that would be sneaky, wouldn't it? So, in that case, let's actually do this. Just in case, you know. You never know what might come your way. There we go. Just in case they're going to be that sneaky about it, let's also pair these things. Just to be extra secure. Build up the military in every province, because we're just like that. And yeah, that's okay. This army slowly making its way again to Tamba Town. Love that name. And military barracks, military academy. That looks juicy. Let's do that. And yeah, let's just build up some forces. We do have quite a lot of income, so it's okay, at least for now. These guys are at war with us, actually. Yeah, that's the clan right there. So they might actually be going for Tamba. So it's pretty good that we actually fortify that place. So we might actually want to kill off this small army. Let's just do that. Do I want to fight this? Probably not. Let's just auto-resolve it. Decisive victory. This was okay. Completely fine. Turn back. Didn't lose any units, so that's just okay. Let's move here. This army will continue down and conquer Himeji, and with this little spy, I should actually recruit more spies because I only have the one. Yeah, I'll recruit some more in the meantime next turn. Now that we captured some provinces, actually, let's not deal with them peacefully because they denied our initial peaceful efforts. Let's just completely annihilate them, and if they sue for peace, we might take it into consideration. This army will rest now for a little bit because it's been heavily damaged over the, let's say, years, I don't know, months of fighting. And yeah, so this guy actually has the lowest amount of happiness. These guys, okay. So with the lowering of taxes, we can actually maybe disband some militias, but we'll wait, because now the happiness is overall just up, so just have to see how things pan out. Let's actually merge these two armies. Can we give them? Actually, no, you can't actually give generals, just build generals in this game, yeah. Let's not do that. Let's just, with this army, continue down to Himeji, something like that. And let's we are a kingdom. Not exactly, but our Western development is a level 2. And yes, let's continue on. Still 3 years until Civil War, so we're doing completely fine. In that case, I wonder how things will develop. Maybe if we switch to legions, we will switch to the Confederates, because they were sort of for the more traditional government, something like that. So I see the French are actually conquering stuff in their little section of the Japanese Isles, which is completely fine. The British are also conquering, so this will be a very sort of a Western island in a short period of time. In fact, sort of a, was it Race for Africa? It wasn't Race, was it? Can't quite remember what the period of time was called, but you know what I mean, of course. Of course you do. You're a well-educated person who watches video games about war and stuff. Okay, so nothing there. Maybe they're here. Really don't know. I wanted to build that entire geisha and move her down there. And let's not deal with the Samurai Dojo right now at all. Let's just go for that, and yeah. What sort of army do they have left? Just the generals, and some stragglers. Maybe we could actually, with this army, build up a smaller, more effective force here, with a variety of sharpshooters and stuff, and just head down there to kick some butt. That'd be completely fine in my book. In my book is the best book. Yes, let's do this. Move it there and make a small army here, and work towards the Takatsuki clan, which is going to be magnificently destroyed, of course. But in the meantime, we could make some stone fortifications, which could be okay. Not entirely sure though. Don't think it's going to be that useful. Maybe? Not sure. Not sure at all. Here we can recruit only the volunteer writers. It's going to be kind of an issue later on, but let's start recruiting again some troops here, because we will need them to take out the Totori, of course. The treacherous Totori. And right now, let's just build up our core provinces, because that's sort of the main base of operations for our overall endeavor in this campaign. Still have quite a formidable force here, just in case the Tsu, even though they have nothing around here, and I'm sure it's just me being sort of paranoid, just in case they get any silly ideas. Let's also move. How many troops would we actually have there? Plus this, I think that's the limit, so I can actually merge that. So let's just send him down, and maybe move towards the western portion. Gonna use this agent to scout out this area, and just to check out the Tsu and what they're doing. Can we trade with anyone? No. Really want to improve relations. Where is the button to improve relations? Can we arrange marriage? Well, we can't. Can we request an alliance? Unacceptable. Maybe if we pay them. We'll see about that next turn. But in the meantime, let's end the turn and let's move forward with this campaign. But you know, it's going to be quite the ordeal to actually finish this war. I think the British should be somewhere around here. I don't think the green stuff on the map is them, so they might actually be losing. That would be quite unfortunate. We might have to vassalize them when we get to that portion of the map, which that would be quite funny actually, but I don't actually think they would be very loyal to us, seeing as they deem us to be very expansionist, you know. Look who's talking, you know, what about British Raj and stuff? Jesus, expansionist. And actually Britain should have like a plus modifier if you're an expansionist power. They have nothing here. It's very silly of them. It's very, very silly of them to have nothing there. Okay, so let's move these guys. Okay. Well, let's move these guys out. They are -2, so this should be completely fine. Let's use this army just to take out that force. We could just auto-resolve this probably, but I want to see with this smaller force what's happening there. Yeah, so we are at war with these guys. So let's actually keep this army standing around here. Where's their main force? Like, that's what I want to know. Where's their main force? Can we sabotage these guys? Sabotage Castle Gates. Work at Military Academy. Huh. It's very expensive though. I don't think it's actually very worth it. So this army is actually going to meet up with their main force here along this guy. This guy. It's going to be quite interesting. Quite interesting how things develop in this spectacular campaign. How are these guys? Still replenishing, still taking a while. Let's just do that. Might as well, why not? This is a very funny looking geisha, but I'll accept it. Can we actually do anything? No, we can't do anything with that. Very unfortunate. Okay, let's just build some industry. Let's build a city. Yeah, I guess so. We have a very big army here right now, so let's send it to Tajima Town. And yeah, it's going to be okay. Let's improve the let's make a blacksmith workshop. It's going to be quite okay. Here, it's 660. Okay, so this is where we have the let's get some more light infantry. Okay, so maybe we could just auto-resolve this fight right here and just quickly smash them to bits, and then in the next turn. But I do actually want to get a battle going, so probably just wait it out. Yeah, probably just going to wait it out and then eventually defeat them the old-fashioned way on the battlefield. This is going to help us quite tremendously, because of course it is. It's got some very nice buffs. So maybe putting the taxation down wasn't that good of an idea, because it's spring. So the money is going to be good, and not money, I mean the, what's it called, the happiness of all provinces is actually going to be up anyway. That doesn't matter. Over time, lowering taxes is of course the American way, but it's also going to produce more percentage-wise. They're actually moving. Oh, we might actually get a land battle here. That's going to be very, very juicy. And very fun, of course. Do you want those land battles? Because that's the stuff Total War's made out of. Cadet school, nice. Cadet school, not cadet school. An army. Actually, might need a general here. pretty soon. So let's send him down here. Oh boy, that's quite an army you have there. Let's try and assassinate that general. Enchant the son and heir. Oh boy. Failed. Well, you're a worthless bitch, aren't you? Oh, a worthless human being. Let's call her that. Let's assassinate at least someone. Assassin Agent X, you're... Why do I pay these guys? They're worthless. They're completely worthless. Okay, let's get another geisha at least and send her down here. These guys should be completely starved out at this point. Let's just auto-resolve this. Decisive victory, of course it is. Could these guys take this? No, but the main army can. Bam. Auto-resolve. Peacefully occupied faction has been annihilated. Of course it has. How unhappy they are. -3, that's okay. That's completely fine. Let's just send some 3 random guys there. Bam. All done. No one's unhappy. Works like a charm. Nation destroyed, the Tatsuno, and now we have split Japan in half with our American might. Amazing. However, before we do that, I need to fight this land battle. I do want to fight it. And, see what they have. They have quite good units, though, so we might run into some trouble. But we do have some sharpshooters, so we'll just have to see how things develop. This is the maximum amount of troops we can have in this army, so this will be a real test of the American power. Well, prowess, something like that. American strength over the world and all its might. Let's get some better artillery going, even though we don't have any artillery right now. And also let's build ballroom house. No. Military thing, of course. Make it a city. And yeah, exactly. Actually, let's build something in Tamba, because these guys are much better. And light gun. Let's move these forces there. Are they unhappy? No, they're very happy with our presence. It's generals, it's going to be fine. This guy has a general. Okay, so let's do this. Let's fight it out. Let's quick save. And let's take this to the battlefield. Okay, so here we go. Let's see if the enemy decides to move. Okay, they decided to just stand still. Well, that's going to be completely okay for me, because for some reason I also brought a unit of militia, which is my mistake. I shouldn't really have brought them. They're the worst unit you can build for combat roles, but it's going to be okay. We do have some sharpshooters, so we'll just use this opportunity to pull a massive flanking strike on their entire army, and yeah, because we do have the range advantage with our sharpshooters. By the way, the castle that has these sharpshooters has also some magnificent buffs for all the units that are built inside there. Also for these volunteers here. So we'll have to see how things develop. Also, I'm kind of not really sad, but just not happy that the volunteers in this picture look very militaristic, very file and ranks style, sort of, and the units themselves look very not like that, very much not like that at all, which is, I suppose it's okay, but it's just, you know, it's just bleh. I was very much hoping for them to be sort of like that. Also with these sharpshooters, I was sort of sad that they don't have the ability to sort of stand in front and be in scattered mode and kneeling as they could in Empire and Napoleon. So that's going to be quite a hindrance, maybe, sort of, kind of. So I'm also not using, again, the what is it? The kneel fire and toggle rank fire, because I think that well, we'll just have to see how things pan out, but I think it's actually better not to use them, because your sort of units have a very deep not very deep, but a very extended firing ability that way. If you don't actually use them, you can fire very fast and like 7 ranks deep sometimes, so it's going to be completely okay with these sharpshooters. However, what I'm going to do is send him out just a tiny bit forward because I want to get some good shots on the spear levy and trigger the entire enemy army to just mass charge me, because that's usually how these things go, at least in previous Civil War games. Certainly in Napoleon and in Empire. Luckily for me, they don't have actually any... Okay, so they're moving back because they do see that I'm in not in charge. I'm in range of them, so that's okay. That's completely fine. This means that we could probably just move forward again and see how things develop. We're tired right now, so let's just chill for a bit. Actually, they're about to reach the red line, so I don't know what exactly they're planning. I'll let our troops just, you know, become fresh and stuff again, because we don't want many tired units, obviously. Still have roughly 50 minutes, so that's okay. And I should really turn these timers off, because it's just basically nothing for me. Okay, so this is going to be very slow. I'm really worried about the flank that has the US militia, because we also have some volunteers there and they're very, very bad units, so let's not deal with that, right? Let's just not. I expected them to camp on the hill also, the enemy that is. So them not doing that might prove to be their demise. Let's move forward with our sharpshooters. Are we in range yet? How close are we? Actually, they are in range, so... Oh, there we go. Nice damage, and that's just 1 unit firing. That shows a little... a bow and arrow display there, which is curious, but that's some nice damage. So these spear levy are going to get annihilated in a little bit from just 1 unit firing. So these are actually some pretty good units. I should start building more of them. I expect they're pretty terrible when it comes to close combat, but we aren't exactly geared towards close combat now, are we? Because it's so close to the red line, they want... Actually, they are coming back. That's sort of strange, but okay. They didn't run for a very long time. However, now they'll just get destroyed. Jesus, look at this. Bam. Amazing damage. Maybe terrible damage. Oh, who knows? Terrible damage. Okay, so now the line is moving. Let's see if they actually attack us or not. But another unit decided to stand sort of roughly in our range. Let's just move a tiny bit forward, maybe? Just the tiniest bit, so we are in range. Ah, they're retreating. They're retreating. Okay, then. You can use this disarray to our advantage, of course, and march the whole army forward. But I do want to keep them in range of these sharpshooters, because they do seem to be absolutely amazing. Are they just running away? No, they're not. They don't have the courage to. They don't have the courage to run away? That's a strange sentiment, isn't it? Okay, so let's focus fire on these melee troops, because I doubt they will be actually able to do anything. Stand the line, something like this. You actually have double lines, so if they actually engage us, they'll be shooting themselves in the back. Okay, so they know what I'm doing, but they're not exactly happy about it. Okay, this one boring battle, I can tell you that much. This is one boring battle so far. I don't want to do like a frontal charge, because... Oh shit, oh stop. Halt. Not withdraw. Stupid. Stop. Halt. Okay. Withdraw. Okay, so let's just do this. Let's just do this. Fast forward. And let's just get this started. Okay, so we are going to be able to fire first, because I guess they just had enough of it. We're doing good damage. Good damage. These guys not so much. Okay, so we can now just move these guys forward. some of them are running away. I expect our militia will get annihilated pretty soon. They're actually holding. They only lost one guy, so it's okay. Withdrawal button. Nah, that was a mistake. Plenty of misclicks going around in this campaign, I can tell you that much. Plenty of misclicks. However, I'm worried about their cavalry, so let's... I know it probably won't do... Okay, so we're actually firing on them. That's pretty good. Some good flanking shots. Not worried about the line battle that much. We should be able to win here. How's our... Actually, let's check out these Rotterdam. They look, okay, well, sort of, as the picture suggests they would. So that's... I think actually very fair. Okay, so we're definitely dealing a lot of damage with the sharpshooters. I suspect the sharpshooters will actually have the most damage dealt by the end of this. Okay, here come the cavalry. Let's not make the same mistake I made in the last battle. So let's pause, form a square. Let's be chill about this. That's a general. And they are attacking to line of infantry, so that should be okay. I suspect... Where's our regular troops? Here. They're not... Actually, they are engaged, but aren't engaged in the main battle, I suppose. Now they're just going for a frontal charge of sorts, so it's going to be completely okay with me. We've triumphed over the enemy, supposedly, even though the battle is still going on. This game has some serious issues with foretelling the future. And I suspect that this Neilfire and rank fallibility actually is a little bit better than maybe just regular, like regular firing than I don't know. We'll just have to find out over the I don't know, time we spent with this mod, which is still going to be quite a lot. Okay, so there we go. The sharpshooters look absolutely brilliant. I love how they look. They look very futuristic for this time period. And there we go. Victory and the battle. I'm very curious as to how many troops we lost. Okay, so apparently it's a decisive victory. Now the ratio wasn't that great, but let's check out which unit. Yep, US volunteers actually, but what are the sharpshooters? They actually got decent amount of kills because they didn't even lose anything, so that's pretty good. The volunteers, I suspect they're those that actually got charged, so it's completely fine. It's probably these guys and stuff. So, you know, pretty good battle, I do say so myself. Completely annihilated that enemy division, whatever army. Jesus, that was quite something, man. We don't have enough funds to repair these right now, which is quite a shame. But I suspect this was actually a very good campaign decision to go and thrust our bayonets into their guts like this, because it certainly has some good results. I'm not entirely sure where the Sasayama or something like that, the guys that we just destroyed here, where the main army was, maybe somewhere around here. Probably could disband it after this, so it's completely fine. It's completely fine. So now all that's left is to kill off the Takatsuki here, and then the Okayama here, and we'll have some nice ability to then probably even go and annex this small island and move down to the Shikoku Island, and yeah, deal some serious damage to this overall backward as you know, country. Let's see how our development is going. Probably not going for naval tactics. How about some nationwide happiness? No, we might actually need some of that. Oh, I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna choose. But so yeah, that's it for the third episode. I'd like to thank you guys very much for watching, and see you next time when we hopefully take out all our remaining enemies and then move on to the Tsu or something like that. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.